Hello, everybody. It is I, Anna Petmanus, the Queen of Bones, your mommy, and at this time of the week, your DM. We have a few people still filing in a little bit late, but they won't be behind, so it's fine. We should have everyone here eventually, which is nice. As always, of course, we have most of the party here right now. The rest will be here soon. Oh, Muffin. Always swinging in to get first. But hello, everyone.
Hello.
Well, at least one of them responded.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I think Maxine is. I think Maxine's still doing her breakfast stuff.
Let's see, did this work?
I
Oh
swear.
no, it's too big. No, why is he so big?
Muffin. I think Muffin got hacked. Second time I've tried to do first and it hasn't been available, but Muffin gets it.
Well, the stream's been going for about 5 minutes on the starting soon page, so...
Yeah, that's...
I'm stuck behind you, all of you.
Yeah, because I saw it like, oh, we're online, starting soon, try to redeem first, but it wasn't available, so I thought, oh, maybe Muffin swung in and I couldn't see it in chat. But now it's showing chat, oh, he redeemed it. And why couldn't I?
Hello. As you can see, I'm hiding behind my players right now.
Well, I can't see. I'm,
yeah, we now have a big decision. Do we turn back to try and use the wish, or continue to...
I think... I mean, I'd prefer this discussion with all players, but for me, I think the medicine is a bit more time sensitive, so we should get that done, and then we can always go back and get the wish done.
Very true.
Just looking at Anu, looking at us. We need to get your PFP done. Get Skylar on getting the background and stuff. Since you now have art. I see you doing that, Anu.
Hey, Walter.
Amusing. Alright, I should minimize that so that I'm not possibly seeing DM screen. It's on quality check. Cool. Maybe that means I'll get my pizza before the end of the session. Who knows?
I always make sure I have popcorn.
Khajiit have coin if you have wares. Hey Balazar, how's it going? Dude, yeah, Anu, I don't know what my luck is in GTA for the last few weeks. Third week in a row I've gotten the car off the spin.
Hey, look, it's my DM screen. Hey, mind. All of you go into a cave, and there's mean people there. They want to hurt you. Roll initiative.
I realize that is basically a DM screen for you.
No need to panic. That wasn't a natural 20 against you for the 4th time in a row, honest.
I mean,
yeah, it totally
with
was.
Kriv, it's, yeah.
Okay, just like...
Actually, I should do my pre-rolls.
Alright, so I need to make what save? Wisdom saving throw? Okay.
I mean, I'm pretty
Natural
decent.
one,
At this.
so yeah, your spell works.
Oof. Highest in my pre-rolls was a 10. Get rid of those. Go
But
away.
you still got all the high ones to come.
Yeah, that's the idea.
I just lost a 15.
I think I really like Paladin. Looking at all the high pluses to my saving throws is nice. Plus half-caster.
I don't know why I'm so amused by this. I think I actually now need to get myself a DM screen. For like, when I'm doing this. Just to have in front of me.
Can't have fun. If you can't have fun playing D&D, where can you have fun?
So true. So true.
Am I annoying you? Are you just trying to sleep?
Dead.
Ugh, don't kill me yet.
Balazar takes,
I mean, it's possible.
rolls dice. Rolls more dice. Rolls more dice.
I heard someone joined it. We got Skylar! Yay!
Balazar, you take 83 growling damage. You are now dead. Hey, my
Dead or unconscious?
my DM screen shrank. It's still an appropriate height. Hello. Also, hi. How was everyone's week?
Mine's been good.
Good.
It's been
I have
busy.
I have a very interesting thing going on this weekend. I'm on like Saturday, I got a message from a friend asking me if I knew how to juggle. And long story short, I'm going to be juggling, and granted, I don't really know how to juggle, but I am going to be performing as a clown who can't juggle in a circus tomorrow. Which is
Okay.
especially funny because I'm the first person my friend came to when they needed a clown.
What?
Okay.
I find that
Skylar
hilarious.
with the entertainer background confirmed.
Oh no, yeah.
Does that mean Skylar is Bard?
I'm a theater kid, and I was in my high school choir group. I think yes.
Oh, I'm a theater kid too. When I moved to San Diego, the main thing that I missed was when I worked backstage in North Hollywood at a live theater. I missed it so much, and I was real good at it. And I need to find a theater out here and just be like, hey, here's my resume. They loved me. Let me do this stuff for you.
Yeah.
Just been so long, you know.
Alrighty. So
Music and theater
I
are the
believe
type
we
of thing where I
have
Pay for the honor to participate.
Yes.
Yes.
So, who wants to do the recap of what happened last session?
I'd say Miles because it was basically his screw up.
Yo. Okay. Hey, screw up. I say it was a great opportunity considering the loot we got. Okay. So, with that so spoken, at some point I'm going to make some of you guys do it since I do this every Tuesday for my other game. But, so, last week on Dragonfall, the party, after finishing up camp and packing up, got ready to head towards the village where they identified as where the mother of the dead girl resided. Unfortunately, as Kriv is the driver due to Solda being the horse pulling the cart, he had to make the survival check, which he's already not good at, but he was sleepy from the zombie attacks, and so rolled a nat 1, meaning they went past the turn and into the mountains. Yeah, so that happened, and they got trapped inside these ruins by some sort of magic wall, and had to solve puzzles with darkness and fear. Eventually meeting a sphinx and proving their courage to him and doing some trials. They passed the final trial from him, and he gifted them with a treasure to use specifically on their current quest of the girl and her mother. And yeah, while we technically don't know what it is yet, because I don't think it's been officially identified in game, it was above game like, oh shit, I know what that is. So yeah, that's where we're at.
All right. Yep. That's about all that happened. It was a fun time. Perhaps skipping from maybe to a pocket dimension or two.
Yeah, I mean, and then Thobrek carried Rivet through darkness where bugs ate at them.
Yeah, that wasn't nice for them.
No, it wasn't.
You took a wrong turn off a bridge.
Look, it was Invisible Bridge, and I thought I had the puzzle path correct. Don't you judge me.
Yeah.
Kriv should just have his motto being, making wrong turns in search of the truth.
Well, I know.
I don't know how. He fails survival just so much, despite it not being his worst stat.
No, I believe. Yeah, I know, right? It. Oh my gosh. So I believe we left off right as you were leaving said ruins.
On my cell phone. Oh, there it is.
Oh, music. God darn it. Big stupid.
Hold on, I think my pizza's here. Be right back.
Nice. Good timing. Hmm.
Dun 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 dun. Food has been acquired.
Nice.
F11. Cool. Where are we? No, not me. Zoom.
Alright, so. You pull out the ruins and you come up back to. Well, it takes you a bit, like say, just a 10-minute straight ahead before you get back to what little road you've seen just from previous people traveling on it. And of course, you have a choice to make. You can head north and perhaps find out what the Sphinx meant by using the newly acquired item to bring hope to your current quest. Or you can continue south to deliver and probably have to end up applying the medicine without finding out.
I mean, did we officially identify what that thing was? No. I
Yes,
think Rivet was
Rivet
gonna
Yes,
do
we
that.
did. we did.
Okay.
Yes, it's a
Do
ring
we
of
know-
well, one wish.
Yeah. So the question I have is like, I above game know what Wish is capable of. What would Kriv know?
I mean,
Big
I think everyone's heard of wishes. Maybe not just of the spell, but
Okay.
wishes
Well,
in general.
Nonetheless, get the attention of the party and hold the ring in her hand. And say, "Okay, this is an item with extreme power. While wearing it, you can speak your desire aloud in the form of a wish and cast a spell which will cause, with a certain likelihood, your wish to come true. No matter what it is. This item has the potential to store 3 of said wishes in its restored form. And as of right now, it has 1. The most common use of this ability is to replicate a different spell effect that one does not have the capacity to use. But as
Kriv's
they say,
tired.
the
so,
sky is the limit with
like,
these. Rivet is like white knuckle grasping this thing as well.
We'll only ask a single question. Well, 2, depending on the follow-up. Would we use this to resurrect someone who has passed?
Yes.
Kriv just looks at the rest of the party. I think, especially given his interaction with the ghost, the party can infer what he infer what he wants to do. Sorry, my brain.
Whoa, Icy, thank you for the subscription. 6 months. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
However,
That's what he wants to do with it.
we would have to be in the presence of at least part of the body of the being we are attempting to resurrect, which would mean turning around and heading back.
So we have a choice. We can either turn back, resurrect her, bring her back with us, or we'll cure the sight of the mother and tell her that she's resting in the village where the medicine was made.
There is a third option. I would be remiss if I did not mention it, but we could use the ring for its lesser known less frequent capability in order to bring her back without having to turn around. But if this puts us into extreme danger and all but debilitates one of us for the next who knows how long. It is an extremely straining spell.
If the strain on it, especially if this would have a lesser chance of success but still consume it, I would suggest we turn around. The question that I have is, Lawbreck makes a good point, in that we could simply say, oh, your daughter is resting. But then we have the issue of the girl then making the trek back to her village. once we resurrect her. I think time-wise, unless do we, Thalbrecht, you spoke the most with Mother Hawk on Eye Blight. How time sensitive is it that we get to the mother? We've wasted a lot of time already with getting lost. But
Let me just confer with God. Yeah, what I have. No notes.
Okay.
Lost all mine. So it's
I
like,
mean, I have Eye Blight in here. Hold on. Let's see. Or excuse me. It's Sight Rot. Eye Bright was the name of the flower used to cure it, and that's what I have because
Yeah.
I didn't know crap about the disease.
Yeah, no, it's just the blindness.
Okay, so if her life's not in danger, and the ointment will cure her of this blindness thing, I personally think going to resurrect her daughter and then bringing her back with us, it'll save us a lot more time. Because if we think of travel, we'd go to the village, spending if we're traveling 2 tiles a day, that's 2 days to get there.
4 tiles a
Awesome.
day.
Huh?
4 tiles a day.
Okay.
Regardless, it's still a longer distance to go to give her the medicine,
Yeah,
go all the way back, and then back again.
Yeah, and then back upon ourselves again after dropping her off at the village. It is faster to go resurrect the daughter, make one trip to this village, and then return to Deeproot, go Hadazah, and then New Hope, and possibly Red Shield to do that iron thing that we wanted.
You mixed a couple names there. It was Red Mark and Gold Shield.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Ah. Oh,
Red Shield.
Couldn't be tired.
Red Shield.
I am
Gold
exhausted in
Mark,
both
Tears of Hope,
game and life.
Number one.
In both game and life, I am tired. So, but yeah. So personally, time-wise, I feel it's better served to go get the daughter, resurrect her, and then bring her to the village. Plus, what that does is it can possibly confirm the mother's location as opposed to us going to this village where we assume she is.
yes.
The mother's
indeed you do.
life isn't in danger. She'll just be going blind. The medicine should cure that. So a little bit longer shouldn't hurt her.
You were saying, DM?
No, that's right.
Okay. Okay. That's my vote. About Rivet, Syrah, I think Thobrick just said that getting the daughter's good too.
That sounds alright to me. For the sake of clarity, I should make it known that and while we're transporting the girl, she will be in a severely weakened state, and if she has been dead for greater than a year, we're going to have a bit of difficulty, as the ability
She's
to
only been-
resurrect causes you issue.
When we found her, she had apparently only been dead for 2 days, according to the information from Mother Hawk that from when the hunters found her.
Yes,
And it's
but
been-
that also is just when the hunters found her.
Given
But that's not a guarantee, is all I am saying.
given their wideish of the area, and I'm assuming that definitely if the body probably wouldn't have rotted that much, so they could realistically tell us if she would have been dead longer. 2 days is probably a good estimate. but all the reason to make haste to that if we are possibly short on time, and it's best to save it where we can.
Righty then.
Yeah, but if that's
Go back to get the girl then.
Yes.
Scooch over, I'm driving.
What's Sierra's survival? Because no offense to Thombrick, but I think given her history, we will die.
Also, Syrah was driving at the end of the last session, which is like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, she would still be driving.
Yeah, she'd be the one that Kriv would most likely let drive in his place. No offense. I mean, you probably do have better survival, but
A 6?
yeah, but Sierra, Solda, the connection.
Yes. Right. Where's the... $13. Okay. Given that at this present time it was literally turn left or right, you turn right and you start heading up back the way you imagine you should have came. As you a few hours into the journey, you come across where the road splits and you find yourself you can see up above that you see like the signs of those structures from where those were people, and it's probably at that point you realize that you kind of took the long way around this part last time you came by here. As I see, 1, 2, 3. So it actually takes you not even a full day going this way to get back to that little burial mound.
Yeah, because we took the long way around last time. Kriv. He needs to stop driving.
Yes, indeed. Alright. Also, have you been saying anything this entire time, Maxine? Because you've been muted.
No, I have not.
Okay, that's good. Well, no, that's bad. That means no one asked what Syrah thought.
Rivet asked what Sarah thought, but
Kriv was
I-
addressing the whole party.
Go back
with the
into
thoughts.
it.
Yeah, I don't really. Everyone's just guiding where we go, so I don't really. Yeah.
The healer has no opinion on the healing process with which we are applying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. So we arrive back at the burial mound.
Indeed you do, and getting on towards the evening, yeah, given the fact that you went in there, you went through all those trials, some stuff happened, so yeah, it's getting to about the time you would make camp when you get there.
Alright. So as we pull up to the burial mound, Kriv will step off the carriage. Is the ghost of the girl there?
It takes a bit, like, as you approach, but as you get close to the area, it's a few minutes, say, before she makes herself known, as if, she only just sort of noticed you. Oh, you've come back. Hi again. Did you, find...
We
what I was
got
looking for?
we found the medicine, yes. And
Medicine,
we
right.
are oh no. She's getting forgetful. We believe are ready to head towards your mother and give it to her, but we found hope as well.
She kind of tilts her head to one side.
No mother. No loving mother should be without their child.
Well... yeah. Didn't exactly choose.
No. But again, we have found hope. Rivet, I assume we don't want her in the ground when we bring her back.
Huh?
Yeah, that probably would not be the best idea. I think
nods.
above ground would be smartest.
Crib nods and he heads towards the burial mound.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Rivet will turn to her and say, are you okay with us resurrecting you?
Red, I don't... Sorry, that's quite a big word. What does that mean?
Bring
We
you
have the
back
ability
to
to
life.
bring you back to life. Are you okay with this?
But I don't want to be undead.
You won't be undead. It's we have a way to bring you back exactly as you left. No, with almost no difference. You will feel like not great for a few days, but afterwards it'll be as if you never left.
So I'd be myself? Like,
It would be as if you were waking up from a long slumber.
I you do that for me? You can see she starts crying. Although there's no, like, physical water, but you still see the tears kind of, like, drop and then just fade.
Yes, it is the right thing to do. We have the ability to. We should.
As the ghost is talking to Rivet, Crib has started to, with care, dig up the body.
I bet we'll go and help him on that.
She's trying to speak, but she's just crying. Just kind of Like she watches you for a bit, and then she turns away, just blubbing.
Crib just digs her up as gently as possible, making sure not to injure the
Not to
body.
stab her.
Like, very respectful. Yeah, because he doesn't have proper digging tools. He's basically just using his shield as like a shovel. Just
Ah, Shield Knight, of course. Trusty friend of Shovel Knight. Alright,
Trusty friend of Shovel Knight who gets significantly fewer looks.
yeah. Alright, they buried her properly, so it takes you a good amount of time to get her above ground. Or at least uncovered. I don't know if you want to lift her out of it or whether or not you just make sure she's not covered in dirt.
I think Kriv would lift her up because, again, if she's going to be resurrected in that body, probably doesn't want to be in the ground.
Yeah, we'd still have to get that out.
Yeah, Kriv's going to lift her up.
Alright. I'm gonna say that you managed to climb out just fine.
Thank God. I was like, in my head, I'm like, don't make me roll athletics. Don't make me roll athletics. Alright.
Yeah, like you basically have to kind of like put her on your back like a piggyback, and then so you at least got a hand free to
Yeah.
like one arm behind your back is kind of keeping her there, while the other hand grips and pulls you up.
Which, as a note, since we talked about it, how decomposed is her body? Like, can we tell how many days she's been dead?
That would be a medicine check.
Okay. I will do this at disadvantage because I am still tired.
I mean, I'll try for one as well.
I mean, well, fairly okay.
I roll 2 if I'm checking it over.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I mean, I imagine it's immediately apparent, like, she's not a skeleton. I'd hope.
Yeah. Kriv, you think she's been dead a week or two? Thobrek, when you look her over, you see, yeah, it's been... Let's see, wait, hold on. 1, 2... It's been about 9 days.
That's stuff.
Because she's still kind of holding together, though her skin is, of course, drawn rather tight. And her wound continued to fester while she was buried. But for a dead kid, she's doing okay.
Kriv will bring her over towards the cart and lay her down gently.
You lay her in the cart. Yep.
I'll put my blanket under her.
Okie dokie.
You said this would be draining. On
Potentially.
Cassidy's.
But with her, the condition she's in, it should... Well, to my knowledge, it'll be okay.
As you
Should I
move the
do it?
body, you notice that her spirit suddenly she's kind of standing there crying, and then it's like she gets hit, and she's like, oh.
Oh crap! Yeah, she sees her dead self. Ugh.
She kind of like floats on over, and it's weird. Like she's not gotten used to that she's a ghost yet. She floats, but she's like staying where she would be able to walk.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So there's this weird thing where her hand kind of reaches for the cart, and she kind of like steps up into it, while like her other hand's kind of crossed, and she's like covers her mouth as she sees herself. And
If it's going to be exhausting, Rivet, I should probably do it, seeing as I'm already a little tired, and better to have only one person down than two.
We'll be bedding down for the night here, before we make our way south in the morning.
I'll still rest my case.
I mean, unless somebody particularly wants to. Yeah, I don't mind.
And she holds up the ring for him.
I mean, frankly, I think it's too big to fit my thumb anyway.
Kriv takes it. And he pauses for a moment, and he looks over at Syrah, a healer, someone who's always wanted to help others. And this is technically the greatest kind of healing there is, so he's sort of like looking at her to see if she maybe wants to be the one to do this as a healer. Like, he's not saying anything, but he's looking to see what her reaction to this is. Are you there, Syrah?
Maxine?
Maxine.
You are muted. Oh, there we go.
Hmm.
Hi.
What?
You were being spoken to.
Well,
Oh. Sorry, I woke up just a bit ago.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So to reiterate, Kriv is going to be the one to do the wish spell to do the resurrection,
Mhm.
but he's trying to get a gauge, like, since this is basically like the biggest kind of healing you can do, he wanted to see if Syrah as a healer might have an inclination to be like, does she have the desire to be the one to do this?
She's not, like, selfish about it. If that's what you mean.
Okay. Kriv will sit, sort of like, sort of kneel next to the body and sliding the ring on. I don't know if I have to be attuned to it or if it just works.
It will. Okay. When you put it on, you need to be careful with your words, because the next time you state a wish, it will happen. So
Kriv
what
just
you need to
nods
do,
without speaking because he's already put it on.
so what you need to do is, very clearly state that your wish is to cast resurrection, and then touch her body, and the spell should do the rest.
He nods, looks down at the girl. I wish to cast resurrection, and he places the hand that has the ring on it on the girl's forehead.
Oh, hydrate. Hi, Anaharu. And a
Yeah,
stretch.
hydrate and stretch. Need to pour my hydration. Posture check. My posture is crap.
Okie dokie. Posture is good. Chair makes sure of that. So, as you declare your wish and lay your hand upon the corpse of the girl, the remaining diamond within the ring suddenly flares. A bright, divine light shines forth from it. And it shoots not like directly out of it, but directly up from it. And it pierces the clouds above. Making like the clouds kind of part in a circle around this beam of divine light. Let's see.
Crib's just not really paying attention to that. He's just looking at the girl, at her face.
Alright. Choosing your previous words carefully, delivering hope. There was a moment where there is a voice that comes from the beam of light. As you spoke in your given words directly to the tenants, aid those who are without guidance and heal those who are without hope. You see that this beam of light starts to manifest a figure from it. And a compassionate hand of bronze skin reaches out towards the girl. And moves to brush away her tears. Open palm, gentle, motherly, cupping her cheek. Come, child. Your life has so much more to give. And offers her other hand. And without any hesitation, the girl takes the hand of this woman with bronze skin. And very gently, this figure lays the girl down back in her body. It's time to wake up now. And as a golden light at this point now sinks into the body, the figure turns, looking at all of you for a brief moment, and simply nods. And as the light feeds into the girl's body, she disperses back into the sky, leaving that parting in the clouds, but the light soon fades. And within a few moments, The eyes of the girl open. There's a brief cough as she wakes up, inhaling one very kind of dehydrated breath.
Griv leans to help prop her up and pulls out his water skin. Here, you should drink slowly.
Bada bum 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 bum. Oh, giant.
Wow. So cute.
As the Wait, hold on. I need notes, name. I got it here.
Oh, jeez, I don't have that name written down. Why do I not have that name written down?
Wait.
I don't know if we ever got a name for her.
Wait, where's my... Where'd the name go? What? Ah!
I don't remember
You
ever receiving a name.
No, I had one for both her and her mother, and the notes I made on the token have disappeared. Wait, hold on.
Ooh.
Let me check my token folder. Maybe I just named them. Darn it. Apologies. I thought I had it right there, ready in the frickin' note. I used a generator and everything. Where the hell is it gone? Ah! Oh, maybe I just didn't put it in the Dragonfall folder like a numpty.
Maybe.
Either way, she wakes up and very weakly she takes a sip of the water. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. And she just starts crying.
Griv just sort of like, as she drinks, sort of like pats her head, like sort of like strokes her hair a bit, trying to be comforting.
Ah, there we go. Alright. But no,
Which is
I don't think
okay.
you did get a name from her, but I have it now. Yeah, she just sobs for quite a while.
Griv holds her and sort of pats her back, strokes her hair.
No. Have you got a tissue?
Maybe.
She's ugly crying at this point. She's
Yeah.
Cyril,
Griv,
Cyril tear off a bit of her clothes to give that to her.
Griv was gonna do the same with like his vestments. Do I not have those anymore? I think I might have used them for some. Oh nope, they're there. They're in my backpack.
thank you.
Or
That's
but
in
Cyril.
the ending list.
It's just a big old just. It's just like. Oh. I'm so tired.
Yes, coming back from the dead is quite the ordeal. But you are here, which is good. And now we can get you back to your mother.
Yeah, I you don't know how we're gonna repay you. Like we don't have much, and this is this is.
No payment is necessary, child. Alright.
This miracle was a result of your own courage.
Really? What? What? What do you mean?
Did Kriv. Yeah. Come on, buddy. You
Facing the unknown to save your mother, impressed a being who gave us an item that let us resurrect you. And so, it was by your own courage that we were able to bring you back.
Yeah. I guess, like. Nah, I don't know. I had to do it. It wasn't exactly me being brave.
sometimes the bravest thing is taking the steps, whether you have to or not. Not everyone goes and does something dangerous just because they have to.
Yeah. But that was really like
Cook's just holding her again. Just...
I think I saw the other light.
Was that the woman?
I don't know. Paladin.
Look, we were having a moment, so I didn't want to. I was gonna wait till it was over to ask, like, hey, do I recognize that person?
I mean, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Make a religion check
Leo.
as you like the moment.
Not bad.
Yes, of course you know that name, Ray, the Everlight, God of Atonement and Compassion. Spreads the message of understanding. No, actually, no. I think more you would know the tenets, like more than anything, really, since you had like pick tenets to follow. So
Yeah.
the commandments of Ray, the Everlight, are lead with mercy, patience, and compassion, inspire others to unite in fellowship, aid those who are without guidance, and heal those who are without hope. Those who are beyond redemption, who revel in slaughter and remorseless evil, must be dispatched with swift justice. She tries to see the good in everyone, but if there is none to be found, then she is the greatest fury you can efface.
There's some tenants I can get behind. Curve smiles at her. You did. She was here. That might be a little too overwhelming for this kid.
Yeah. Yeah, she just puts her hands together, like, and puts them to her head, like, in prayer, and just is crying. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go to sleep. Since we're planning to sleep, Crib's actually going to look over at Sierra because he knows. Wait, has Sarah done it in the past, or was it just it's been so long. Above game. Has Sierra used sleep? I know Serena has used sleep. I don't know if Sierra has.
Sierra's as if she's always under the effect of the sleep spell. No. Sierra does not have sleep, no. I have way too few known spells to pick sleep.
Yeah, sorcerer's man.
Rivet has a way of making her go to sleep, but I don't think if it's. I think it might be objectionable.
You are not knocking her out. Just chokehold. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. No, that's not happening.
Dies.
Crib, you should rest. It's late. We'll begin travel to your mother in the morning.
Okay.
Now,
She tries to
question I
sit
have-
down, but mostly just... Yeah, go ahead.
do we want to try and bed down here? Like, another camping thing? Or are we close enough to Deep Root to probably, like, make it without too much issue?
Well, funnily enough, given the fact that you, it was quite a show what has happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
A couple of people from the village have soon enough kind of come across the cart and all of you.
And they see the ghost girl, who is no longer a ghost.
Well, they see a hole and no body.
Oh, joy, yeah. Hole, no body, us
they
just
sort of-
standing there.
They sort of gesture
Crib.
to the hole with a quizzical look.
Crib is just covered in, I imagine, dirt and mud from digging her up.
Rivet, queen of subtlety that she is, just kind of stares and points.
Yeah, subtle as a brick.
Subtle as a hammer on an anvil, actually.
I mean, yeah. She's a brick. Ows. Anyways.
Alright, so you just,
Yeah, because Kriv knows most of them don't speak common, but he will, he doesn't want to jostle her too much, but he'll just sort of gesture and try to show the living girl to the villagers. He wants to convey as best he can. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, this is her. Yeah, everything's fine. Is there a place we can rest? Sleep? Tired?
when they come over, they see, they kind of look to each other, and then one of them comes over and you gesture, and they see the body, and for a moment kind of like jump back a bit, but then they notice her breathing and kind of quizzically kind of lean in a little bit, and like they look to you like wide-eyed, like they bring a hand up, and then they don't just make the fist and put it over their heart. They, instead of it being like the fingers against the chest, it's the top part, like where the thumb is, and of course, just the top of the hand. And they just like almost rhythmically for a bit, just sort of like thump, 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 and just you to come along, and they go over and you see him like clap a hand on the other one's shoulder, and they just start like in their own tongue being like, "Oh my god, Jeff, do you see that?" Like,
I mean, yeah.
like it's very clear they're telling the other person what they just saw, and the other person kind of like
hey,
looks over,
that was
like,
dead.
and the other person kind of like quick steps over, looks. Okay, very carefully, like puts the back of their hand against her cheek, feels she's warm, and their hand kind of like darts back, and they're like, they just nod at you like assertively,
And nods back.
and yeah, they lead the way back to Deep Root.
Okay.
They end up having to like get on the sides of the cart as your cart's
faster
just
than them.
so fast, it's kind of crazy. They're just like they're looking at each other. They kind of like it's very obvious. You see them like looking at Soldar, then to each other, and just saying something to each other. But you imagine it's something along the lines of, "That's a really fast horse." Like,
He is a really fast horse.
because like they've never been on a cart and had the wind rushing through their hair. Like, but soon enough, yeah. It gets to probably about, I'd say, yeah, getting on for like 10 at night. Oh, hold on. I took the axe with me, which, to be fair, we don't need anymore. Boop. And yeah, you end up back in
That was the
Deep Root.
point of interest.
The little quest marker disappears. And yeah, you end up back in Deep Root. Where is it? Deep Root, Deep Root, Deep Root. Deep Root, Deep Root, Deep Root, Deep Root, Deep Root, Deep Root. Oh yeah! Huzzah! Boop! お前はの死んでいる。Soulbreak now has a token! Look at the good boy. Behold the Soulbreak.
He is is Turtle Boy now.
Yes.
Once again, art done by the amazing Rogue Ooze.
Giant girl.
Yeah, well, Kriv would be here next to the girl, with Syrah being the one driving.
Ah, yes. And I'd say,
Because
yeah,
Kriv is just.
she's laying down.
Imagine the two guys are like in the back of the cart, just like, oh shit.
One of them's like on the side, like, like you know, just one foot on it, just one hand holding on, just leaning
Like
up
jumping on
side
the
of it.
back of a pickup truck.
Yeah. And the other one's just crouched in the back, like keeping a lookout.
Mhm.
But yeah, you soon end up back in Deeproot. And the two that came with you jump off and they go running off into the village. Not like in a panic, but it's just a hurried pace.
I imagine the girl is probably asleep at this point.
Oh yeah, she's been asleep for a while. Like she was asleep when those two checked on her.
Yeah.
Like she's basically cried herself to exhaustion and is now just passed out.
Kriv wraps her in Thobric's blanket that he had put underneath her. Above game, it's like I want to lift her up and carry her to bed, but at the same time, it's like I am tired. I might fall over and drop both of us. And she doesn't need heavily armored. Huh?
Oh, that'd be strong.
I know, which is like, it's my above game versus in game. Like, I don't want to roll athletics. But Kriv would be the one to do it. Yeah, Kriv's gonna pick her up and go to carry her.
You pick up your good bean burrito.
I will
Yes.
guide him.
Yay. And he will carry her, hopefully, to a bed she can sleep in.
Those two soon return, like, with, Mother Hawk just a step ahead of them.
Excellent. Cool.
And, she's just looking out of you, just like, I gotta see this, like, to believe it.
Yeah. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch, buddy.
And, yeah, as you, dismount from the wagon and then scoop the girl up, just because
Yeah,
it's easier for you.
Yeah. Kriv just walking towards Mother Hawk with this girl in his arms, princess style carried with the bean burrito blanket. Just looking like so tired he could fall over at any moment.
Okay, boop, and
Eldrek right behind him, ready to catch him if he goes to face plant. you see that Mother Hawk's a bit disheveled. It is quite late in the evening, and she may have only recently tried to rest.
Yeah.
Hi. She just looks at the girl, sees her breathing, sees her rosy cheeks, sees her hair, like... It was kind of like this, corpse hair, but as she came back to life, they kind of like... She has these really
Yeah.
natural bouncy curls in her blonde hair, and as she kind of revived, the hair just kind of like went from being stupidly long to kind of just being like... boing! Into these curls, like, as if they had like just pulled itself back up. She reaches and just takes a couple of strands in, like with the tips of her fingers. Lets it drop. Looks at all of you. And to the sky. The weather had made it less obvious now, but still there was a gap in the clouds. She takes a step back and moves to the nearest tent, which is here, and just flings the flap open. And you hear her saying stuff in her native tongue, and one of the two that had come back from you, like heads on in there, and you imagine they sort of just gather a few bits as they then come back out with their, you imagine just maybe has to be their partner, as they have like an arm around them, and he looks quite tired, but he's like nodding to Mother Hawk and just kind of like leaning on the I guess the wardens, or just, someone, member of the tribe that was just on watch and came to investigate. And they, you see the other one that was with you kind of in the distance, having, holding their tent flap open, hut flap, I should say, and gets them inside. Mother Hawk just gestures you to the now vacated hut.
Mm-hmm. Priv will carry the girl into the hut.
Through pure determination and perhaps from the channeling a bit of the fatherly dominating figure that is Pelor, you get her in and get her rested on the furs and with the blanket and everything. She looks pretty comfy.
That's good.
And I'll move you along here. And are you like watching over her tonight, or are you gonna let her just rest?
I think Crib would watch over her for the evening.
Alrighty. What's the...
Oprah's gonna pull up right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And move your heads on over. All right. But as you sort of start to settle down and like take your armor off, and with her resting there, you feel a hand on your shoulder, and Mother Hawk leans right in behind you, just a reassuring squeeze of your shoulder, and leans in, just whispers, "You will make a fine father." And then turns to see Rivet. Kind of just reaches out and just kind of strokes your hair. I... Resting with me?
Sure.
I will have to find a place for... Melora's Melora's chosen over there. And she heads to the hut that's Syrah, you stayed in before. That was vacated, and after making sure it's still vacated, because sometimes people just fall where they may. She'll come back to the wagon and looks up at you. I have a hut ready for you. I wouldn't want you to sleep out here. And she offers a hand to Syrah.
Thank you. She'll take her hand.
And she'll lead you, and Draki can come too. She leads you over to that same hut near Rising Phoenixes that you stayed in before. It's like, hey, please make yourself at home. I am going to go rest now.
I figured.
Rest well. What a miraculous end to a day.
Exactly.
I suppose. Yeah. I'm too tired to get into pleasantries right now, but I hope you've been well.
I do my best.
As one must we all. And knowing what some of you have lived through, your best is certainly better than most.
Maybe.
She has a brief moment of being like, that motherly instinct kind of kicking in. She's like she knows when she smells self-confidence issues, but she's just too tired right now, and she just smiles and gives you a little pat on the shoulder in like a reassuring way and heads back towards her hut. She kind of like looks over the river and just gestures to her hut, but it's clearly like come whenever, like invitation rather than a come right now sort of gesture. And she heads back to get settled in. Oh, Kriv, by the way, you're still wearing the ring. It's just that third gem is now cracked like the rest of them.
Yeah. Crib's gonna leave it on. Like, it's gonna be a thing that he just wears now. As a remembrance of this particular event.
Alright, so the night will pass peacefully unless anyone wants to roleplay anything specific. The morning kind of... Well, I guess it wouldn't go as normal because there's now someone else.
As Rivet's return, walking across Deep Root back to Mother Hawk's tent, she rolls her sleeve up and takes a peek at her dragon mark to see what's going on with it.
Okay. The way it's connected to your family's mark is... It's like the other... Say the bottom half of an hourglass to the top. Where once it is, still forming, but you imagine it's going to become... Not an exact shape, but still a... two halves of the same item, as it were. But it's not there yet.
Rivet just kind of looks at it skeptically and then just rolls her sleeve back down and continues on her way.
Okay. Alright, so... The... dawn rises... and the cat meows.
The cat is rising as well, so, you know.
Oh, was that a big stretchy yawn?
Yeah, that was him. He's been napping on my desk, and he's just like, it's time to wake up.
That's adorable.
Yes, but now he wants attention and pets, so I must oblige. Okay. Yeah, Kriv, before even putting on his armor, Kriv will actually put the ring on and do his morning prayer. And then, once that's finished, he'll put the armor on.
Wait, that's a new hydrate and stretch. What? Hold on.
Yeah, because Muffin... Muffin's like, hey, someone's taking my job.
Okay. And you do your prayer.
Yeah, he's got the ring on, does his morning prayer and ritual, and then puts his armor on.
Alright. Rightfully exhausted. It's probably like another 2 hours. Like at the time that Syrah would typically wake up is when the girl finally wakes.
Well, but we get a long rest, so my exhaustion's gone. Yay!
Yeah. Alright.
Good show. Good show. Good show. Why are you so cute? Why are you so cute?
He's very cute. Alright, okay, yeah, everyone gets whoever still had exhaustion, your exhaustion's gone. You'll get your long rest. And yeah, you wake up in the situations like that. Syrah, that hut's exactly as it was last time. It's still quite comfy. Rivet, the mornings are as expected in Mother Hawk's hut. Spellbreak, it's nice out. And unless anyone has anything specific they wanted to do in the morning,
Nope.
I'll take the hanging signs as a no from everyone.
No, I'm just getting rid of the 8 HP, but as far as I know, we still have the Hero's Feast HP.
Oh, right. We got a
Yeah,
hero's
a
feast
little
from
bit.
that guy.
Yeah, because that's for 24 hours, not until you take a long
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah, so we got to let it a little bit longer, and I'm scared. I think it was an extra like 10 HP or something like that.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
And the girl wakes up. She was about to this big arm overhead stretch, and she realizes she's kind of wrapped up, and she just takes a bit to kind of shift the blanket, get her arms out, and just lifts them all the way out. And she's like, oh, hey, mister. Did you... I want to sleep as you before.
It is all right. I imagine you've been through a very tiring experience.
Yeah, I, oh, it's, is this a good morning?
Indeed. Every day you wake up is a good one.
Yeah. I am not sure I got your name before.
My name is Kriv.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Kriv. I'm Sybil.
Sybil. I got your name now. Pleasure to meet you. I should give you your privacy to get ready for the morning.
Oh, where are we?
We're in a village known as Deeproot. My companions and I have a bit of a friendly relationship with them. It's just flashbacks in his mind, Rivet with Mother Hawk, him with Rising Phoenix, just friendly, yes.
Friendly relationship has a flashback. Boom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, ba-da.
Then remembers that time where they almost killed him because he worried them too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times. It ain't love if they haven't tried to kill you at least once. Kriv,
It smells funny in here.
we're out in the swamps.
Oh,
They let us stay the night, but hopefully we'll leave shortly so that we can make haste back to your village and your mother with the medicine.
well, that was nice of them. I like to say thank you first.
Of course. Only a few of them speak common, but we can speak to Mother Hawk.
Okay.
Alright, I'll let you get ready and I'll be right outside.
Oh, okay.
Crib's a lot bigger than her, but she's only got the clothes that she was buried in. So he just sets out his. He's a dragonborn. He wouldn't have like a lot of the stuff that she would need. He is a male dragonborn and she's a female human. Sarah, Rivet, help me!
There'd be like a butt flap because of the tail. There'd just be a freaking hole. Like,
Yeah, and the shorts would be cut off shorts because of how his legs are.
yeah.
Rivet be too small, but Sarah, help me. He goes to.
What do you
lay
think?
out
I have
clothes.
more clothes. I've only been wearing these and prestidigitating them the whole time. They're clean.
Crib just, like-
Precipitation, magical Febreze.
Yeah,
Basically,
exactly. Tide Pod
he's like,
spell.
Adventure party dry cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Could make some
Are
money
you-
off that.
Yeah.
Crib's like,
Are you okay?
I was going to lay out some of my spare clothes, but I realized that probably.
I'm just imagining that discussion being like Sierra appearing on your shoulder like an angel.
That's silly. Thank you though, but I think it'd be a little bit too big for me.
Yes.
But I like my clothes. I'll have to fix the rip in it, but it should be okay.
I think my companions can help you. Yes, I'll wait outside. And Terran just steps out like, wow, yeah, cool. Oh, single child, how am I handling this?
Yeah, she gets up and she kind of she doesn't have a brush or anything, so she's just kind of like just runs her fingers through it, just ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, kind of shakes her head off and adjusts her outfit a bit, and she steps out soon enough. And she's just okay. I'm okay. And you see where before there was literally just like a hole, like just basically over her stomach, like is where the clothes had obviously been ripped from the fatal blow. But her skirt goes like all the way down to the ankles, so she's just kind of like pulled that up a bit to cover the hole, so now it's just below her knees. She makes it look adorable.
Yes.
Okay, I could really use a brush, but hey,
Yes,
I'm alive, and
Yeah.
and she stops, like she's hands on her eyes for a bit, like just like not like fists, but more like, you know, when you're doing kind of like the nya, and she just got her like knuckles under her eyes, trying to like not let herself cry again. And then she's kind of wipes to the side outwardly. I'm alive. And thanks to you. And I can when I get home, I can brush my hair, and I can brush Mom's hair, and we can give her the medicine, and it's gonna be, and she'll get better, and then
Crib just
and then
hugs her.
it'll work the mill again, and
Crib just, as she starts to like go, he just gathers her up in a hug.
um, I'm not, I'm happy. It's
I know.
I
I know. It's alright. It's alright. Just stroking her hair, patting her back. He's like partially. He's like pretty much partially crouched because he's like probably way taller than her.
I I'm feeling too many things from my little body to keep inside right now, and I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not upset. I'm happy, really. I am. I'm so happy.
Oh, I wish I had the calm emotion spell. I really wish I had the calm emotion spell. All right, yeah.
Look, I just started looking through my spell list to see if I could prepare it, but nope.
She is overwhelmed. I mean, she's a normal, like, wouldn't say farmer, but they work in a mill.
Normal
Just
human girl.
Normal little
Norman-
girl. Not much money to her name, but enough to live a nice life with her mom and.
Who just got a wish spell used on her.
And then she died, and she had to deal with that for a bit. And not only did she die, but she's still like aware and present as a ghost. So she's just like, ah. And then suddenly she gets these nice people that she only met like once or twice before, that have already agreed to help her mother come back and bring her back from the dead as per like fairy tales.
Yeah. Yeah.
Briefly sees a god and is now alive again. So yeah, her head is exploding, as is her little heart.
Whatever you
I'm
think,
okay
yeah.
now. I'm okay. I'm more than okay. In fact, I think I'm really good. Yeah. No.
Used to
Can we
pat.
have some breakfast? I'm really hungry.
Yes. Yes, we'll get you something to eat.
Thank you. You're so nice.
Oh God.
No,
She's gonna kill him with all this crying.
she keeps it. She, like if she tried to say anything else after that point, she probably would have gone again. But no, she keeps it all in. She's just sniffing every so often, still with that bit of cloth from before. She's. Rivet, you get probed for the details when you wake up about what exactly occurred.
Yeah, rivets, spills.
So the dead girl is no longer dead.
Yes.
This is the work of the gods. Such a thing is a higher power. I know you are strong with it, but I did not think you were this. Any of you were this strong.
It was not. It's an. I don't think it's a fair accusation to say it was us that did it. It was mostly the ring that allowed us to do this.
Right.
If we hadn't happened upon the ring, we wouldn't have been able to do any of that. So,
How did you find such a thing?
a sphinx gave it to us. So we were on our way there, and Griff took a long turn, and we ended up trapped inside the cavern. And it turns out that the cavern held a temple in which was guarded by a sphinx, and we had inadvertently tripped over the accent there. passed his trials, and so he rewarded us with that.
You speak of a guardian of the ancients,
Mhm.
a great animal spirit of immortality and wisdom.
Mhm.
You speak of
I didn't believe it existed before yesterday, I'm not going to lie. Though I suppose my world has been upended more than once in these past few weeks.
and to make sure it does not happen again, I will not ask you where you found this. I believe this knowledge should not be shared, as I'm sure
I am inclined to agree.
many may lose their lives seeking this creature, seeking knowledge, or perhaps more greedy desire. Perhaps when I am much older, and Phoenix has assumed the mantle of village elder, perhaps then, in my twilight years, I will seek this creature to merely talk. It is a journey that I would love to make, but I do not know if I would return from it. So now is not the time. I would hope you would show me the way when the time comes.
I would be honored. I've been thinking that I should. I've been curious to see what it is guarding myself. Though I do not know when the time to find out will be.
I'm sure you have many more years than I. I would hope that perhaps I would see another 30 winters. Perhaps more, if I am... No. I would do well to have another 30 years before I make such a journey. Though I hear your kind, that is not a long while.
It. In a way, it is not. It's shorter than I have been alive for, but then 30 years is still a long time.
And we have so much to do in that time. But before I start thinking like that, I best not keep you. I'm sure your companions are eager to travel.
Indeed, they are.
She kind of picks you up and just squeezes you, and like her arms are like under yours, and like her hands are kind of like on the back of your head, just kind of squeeze. And she sets you down. takes a moment to kind of like use her nails to brush your hair like back a bit after kind of messing it up with the hug. Meanwhile,
It's been good to see you.
oh yeah, well, and it's always good to see you. No, I know you have much more to do than keep me company. As much as I enjoy every moment of it. I will have to tell some of these stories to the rest of the tribe.
It just smiles.
Go, you silly pretty thing. Go, before I grab you again.
That she walks out the front.
She, like, very briefly does this sort of like, like, you know, fingers, like claws. It's like, ah. And Thobreck heads over to the hut that he and Sarah stayed in before, I believe. I know you were outside of it. But yes.
I went to go wake her and check to see if Blix had stolen anything in the night.
Well, clicks.
You open the tent, and then suddenly Blix is just like, ha! Just looks at you. And then very slowly, very clearly, there's a loud crunch. Crunch. Crunch, 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 crunch. As, despite being a robot that doesn't need food, Blix is currently chowing down on a whole carrot. And the bits are just kind of falling out of its mouth. Just a whole raw carrot.
Gotta love Blix.
Yeah.
Well, let's just hope that's not bad for you. And I'll step around Blix to wake Sarah. Sarah, it's morning. Need to get going.
Mm. Okay.
Want me to carry you to the cart?
No, that will not be necessary.
Blix just darts out the hut between, like, around Thobreck's legs and just starts... just on, you hear it, like, the little metal feet on the deck, just...
Mm. The zoomies.
The zoomies.
Oh. Oh jeez.
It turns to Blix as she's like darting about and just says,
Yes?
like a bemused
like
smile.
turns their head, pulls something out of one of their joints, and then just crunch. as the end of the carrot with a bit of like, a tuft coming out the top, just hug.
Is Are you eating a carrot?
Realizing in that moment that maybe they shouldn't be doing that, they just run away.
Why are you eating a carrot? No.
Why is
They
it
sort of
eating in general?
discard the carrot and then come back pretending like they never had it. Like,
Where did you get the carrot? Who gave you a carrot?
Gave.
As if anything
Where did you
it
find the
gets is
carrot?
good.
Blix darts under the decking and just starts like puts their like the side of their face down the floor, just with their hind legs, just pushes, and they just kind of like get under the deck. And you see the little snoop like poke up between two of the planks.
Rivet's got her face half in her hands.
Take it. Blix can't eat carrots.
No, she can't. She can't digest anything. I don't know why she ate that carrot.
I love it.
What's Rivet's passive perception? 11.
Yeah.
You notice that you're not quite sure if Blix ate the carrot, as there are like chunks of carrot where they were standing when they crunched it right in front of you.
The only thing I am sure of is the fact that we will be finding bits of carrot around Blix for the next several days.
Depends on the size of the carrot.
Blix
And the
comes
size of the
out-
caps of
Well,
Blix.
the filings might get like in the joints or something. I don't know.
Well, Blix is now officially a juicer.
Blix
Oh,
comes
no.
up from under the deck, and you don't see any bits of carrot in the mouth anymore, but there are bits of grass and dirt.
Crib, we should have some breakfast. As he reaches down and grabs Blix by like where the scruff would be on a normal fox and just lifts them up. Just yoink.
I imagine because
Tuck your
you've been
fingers
growing
under
s-
a plate and just pull up.
I
Whole
imagine-
thing comes with it.
Yeah, I imagine there's got to be a place where it is kind of scrunched up, since they do grow.
Yeah, just yoink. We should get some food. Unless this one, as he looks, like he turns so that he and Blix are face to face.
You are
Like, he's
staring
full-
at a guilty-looking fox with a mouthful of grass.
Unless this one has eaten all of the breakfast. Just staring at Blix's eyes. Yes, I'm staring
Blix
at
just
the
kind of
face.
just sort of just like opens their mouth and just shakes their head, trying to get the paw comes up, not able to like reach into its mouth because it's being held. Just trying to like blow the grass out, but it doesn't have breath, so it's like. I'm sure it's got a mechanical
Rivet.
tongue that it can bleh, 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 like just big bits.
I feel you're
grass off
trying
its
to
teeth.
spit that in my face. Rivet,
Nah.
could you fix Sybil's dress? It has a bit of a tear in it.
Yes, yeah, 1 second.
She just
I-
walks
I-
over.
I can do that when I get home.
No, it's okay, I might as well. Although I suppose it would be easier once we get moving. We'll be able to do it in the
Yes.
back of the cart.
Kriv is going to take Blix and be like, "You will behave, yes?"
Blix starts gnawing on your hand. Not actually like biting properly, but it's just like
I know what you mean.
ah.
I will take that as a no. He'll bring Blix over
and then
and sit.
so you,
Go ahead.
where Blick stops, you notice that there's just a bunch of grass and mud just on your hand, as it kind of like
Yeah.
used you to clean its mouth off a bit.
Kriv will take Blix, march over to where Soldat is, and sort of like sit them down next to Soldat, and looking at Soldat will say, babysit this one, if you could.
As you wish. Looks down at Blix. Blix
is
instantly
only
just
for a short
scrambles
time.
up onto Soldat.
Just a fox riding a horse, because yes, that makes sense.
And you know what? It means that Blix is staying where it's been told. So Soldat's just kind of happy with that, and they just let Blix just kind of like flop over the saddle.
Yeah. Just the liquid cat flop. Yeah. Kriv will come back. So, food. Do we want to try and get something for the road before we head out, or do we want to eat and then head out?
I did have a pack of supplies. I'm not sure if. I imagine that's probably gone.
Kriv thinks to the length of time with which she was not among the living. Yeah, that's probably gone.
It's okay. It was nothing special. So, hi, everyone. She kind of steps forward and does a little curtsy. I'm. Like she sniffs just the once and then kind of smiles and giggles a bit as she's starting to find her own. Like the fact that she's getting so overwhelmed so much, she's starting to like just laugh at it, like just sort of like feeling silly, but
Yeah.
like she's like, I'm that nice to meet all of you properly. I'm Pat Sybil Mav, and thank you all for what you did for me. And she kind of looks at Rivet and like kind of shyly like puts the skirt back down to like where it's meant to be resting on her hips, and you just see the big old hole over her stomach area, like where it looks like she just straight up got mauled by something.
Is there like blood on the clothing as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Sierra will prestidigitate that, or she'll have done that already, maybe.
Okay, I mean, either way, you freshen up her clothes. And probably her.
Yeah, probably.
That was weird. Kind of sniffs herself.
Sorry for
I don't
doing that
smell
so
as bad
suddenly.
anymore, though. Thanks for, that.
Hmm.
That was nice of you.
Um,
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm Sierra.
Thank you, Mr. And she doesn't hit another little curtsy. And you hear her tummy rumbly. And oh, right, you said when we get moving, and she hikes her
Oh.
skirt back up and cover the hole.
Yes, or whenever we sit down to eat, I can do that then as well. It's just, I, I think it would be uh, easier, less awkward to do it than doing it while standing. Um, it takes around a minute, but it's easily done.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you. And so, did somebody have food? I'm sorry. Just
We have rations.
okay.
Yeah, Crib will. If we're eating on the road, Crib will give her some of his supplies because he has like all of the rations.
Oh, we're gonna. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Are we
better
eating
get-
on the road?
I better get in the car. It's okay. She's like, you can tell she's still overwhelmed. She's like, only hearing some things. Like she's having to pay attention to people, like, to keep her attention focused.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, she was dead for a little over a week.
And she goes and kind of hops up into the cart. How tall is Sarah? I forget.
Oh, I know that answer.
Ooh, pop quick hot shot. Now you have to answer it before
5'4".
So yeah,
Quiz.
she-
I have the size. We have the size chart, the height chart, I should say.
That's literally what I was going to look at.
Yeah, me too.
Zira is taller than Thobrek.
Yeah, we should add Tobrek to that.
Yeah, now that we
Just
got his
for
art.
scale.
yeah, Sybil's about 5 foot square. So she's a little shorter than Sarah.
We need to show off that full art.
We do. Hold on, character. Yes. Ta-da! It's a Thobrick.
Turtle boy. I like the
Oh.
runes and stuff on his shell. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a Thobrick.
The amazing turtle boy.
Yeah.
Art, of course, by Uzu. Don't worry, Anu. I've got plans. You will not be left out.
But I'm DM. I don't have character art.
Smirks.
Okay.
Anyways, so Kriv has his little cooking supplies, and he's got the rations, and he'll do the best he can to make something because he's not driving. He's done with that. He keeps getting them lost.
Okay. Yeah, Sybil's sitting on the back, just kind of kicking her feet off the back of the cart.
I imagine he's got like salted pork and stuff and some bread, and he like makes nice hearty sandwiches.
Yeah. Sarah, are you sitting in the back or are you up front? Or
Sarah, take the wheel.
I mean, I guess I could ride Solda, maybe.
I mean, you're riding the cart, which is being pulled by Solda. So
I mean, as a way. I mean, yeah,
Rivet will
that's what I was
lean
saying.
forward and adjust that compass again to cast guidance on whoever needs it
Mhm.
before returning back to repair the. Yeah.
Suddenly there's a Blix who hops off Suldar, kind of bounces off Thorbrick's shell, and then lands in the cart.
oh no, Thobrick, she jumped on your shell. Ah!
I got flying off into the distance.
Pdoop.
Well,
Okay, right, so,
must have had those iron boots.
alright, so, if Sira's got the reins, because Suldar is, I would say picky, but, you know, has
He
some
knows her
familiarities, yeah. Then, of course, Thorbrick can give it advantage.
That's really good. Plus guidance if you want it.
Nope, I think that's fine. And, 26. Alright, so,
Didn't need it, but yeah. May as well.
can you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. As, 1, 2, 3, 4. You go blazing down the trail. And,
On the way, Rivet will cast Mending on the dress as many times as is necessary to get it back to
yeah.
good shape.
It's mostly just the top, like literally from just like under her ribs and down. It does look like they, whatever did her in, just kind of just ripped that entire part away. But there's enough fabric still there. That, yeah, a couple of casts of mending and it's good as new. And she's like, oh, okay, thank you. And she takes a bit of time, like tucking it into her skirt. And then she kind of like, once it's tucked in, she kind of pinches it and just to pull it out just the tiniest bit so it kind of ruffles.
Just smiles and says, "Of course. And least I could do."
Oh, who's, I'm sorry, whose name did I not get?
Well, I'm Rivet. That's Kriv. That's Sierra. And that's Dobrek.
Hmm.
The fox is called Blix. The tiny mechanical dragon is called Raki.
No,
The one helping us along our journey by pulling this cart is Solda.
the horse has a name? Oh, that's nice. Everyone's got names. That's good. Like, these. So these two, you said you called them something. It's they're made of metal.
Ah, yes, they're constructs. I made them.
Right. Yeah, and they have. You said they were mechanical.
Yes.
I have parts of my home are mechanical. Mostly the big wheel and the river pushes it, and that like helps us grind down all the flour and stuff. That's what they're called, like, isn't it? When like
Yes.
it's a mechanism where one thing like is attached to another thing that makes it do a different thing. Yeah, I know that because I got to learn how to operate it and stuff eventually.
Um,
Well, I kind of
Well-
know, but I gotta know how to fix it if it breaks too.
Interesting.
How many tiny little parts are in it to make them work?
There's about, I would say, around 200 within Draki, and several thousand within Bleaks. Though they both also have a touch of magic helping to keep them going. And sometimes it works in ways I do not expect. I will admit.
That's so nice. You made yourself some friends. And,
Very
also
little
made
sometimes,
friends.
but yes.
Like, I realize
Making friends in more ways than one.
yeah. Well, this cart's a lot faster than I'm used to.
Soldar is a strong horse, but Falbrick has a way about him. There's a touch of magic himself.
Mm.
If you look at him, you see the runes on his shell are slightly glowing.
Oh. Sorry, I'm still really tired.
If you look at his shell, you notice Blix pawing at the runes.
Blix. Behave. Just almost imagine Blix just like paw draped over one of the spikes, just gnawing on the end of it, like the carrot from this morning.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because yes, that is what is in my head.
Yeah. Alright, so you travel undisturbed for the entire day, and you have to make camp, and ahead, like a bit down the way, you can see like where the small part of the swamp kind of cuts through the mountains and makes that smaller stream. Well, it's still a decent size. It's still, I guess, considered like a river that joins up with the main part of the river. And you found a good spot, kind of on this downward slope. It like kind of goes down for a bit and levels out, and then down a bit more. The leveled part is a pretty good spot to camp. And after eating her evening ration, Sybil pretty much just goes straight to bed. She's still pretty exhausted.
Yeah. Setting up the camp group. We've got the 2 tents as far as I know, so Kriv will like set up his tent for her.
Okay.
He'll sleep on the cart.
Silver's gonna do his nightly search for food, just to help out with the rations.
Alrighty. And as we make camp for tonight, I'll say that's our break time. It's a bit late, but
Cool. Only a little bit. I need
yeah.
to make sure this. You have the misbehaving Blix. I have the misbehaving kitten. I gotta go see what he's up to.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, be right back.
Oh wait, did I not have my? Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't have the reactive group showing on this end. There we go. Hey there. There's the party. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying the session tonight. Been good so far, I think. I still have plenty of hydration, so I'm not going to be going anywhere, but hey. Hello. Mm-hmm. 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 Ah! Ah! The birds. grid is trending. Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba. Nothing. Anyone in the chat have any questions? While I wait for the other? Curiosities? Anything you wanted to talk about in there? Uh-huh. We have some people returning. I'm gonna mute desktop because I'm gonna listen to something while I wait for everybody else to come back.
Needless to say, there was a lot of hissing involved.
Aw, oh no. Oh no. So most of you are back? Maxine's just sorting something out. If anyone's wondering, I was listening to the Magikarp Festival, because that song freaking slaps.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, from the Pokken tournament OST.
Nice. I was watching the new Legend video for Apex.
Ah,
She's a sniper.
nice.
Her tactical is practically just Loba's bracelet. Though it's a bit more straight line.
What, arrow? Teleport
Well,
arrow?
it's basically it's not a teleport. I feel it's so you basically have this little pet bat called Echo. You basically like, hey, go to this location, and then you jetpack to Echo's location.
Ah,
But I think it's almost like it only showed it off a little bit. I'm not sure if you can like set them like a drone, just like, hey, you hang out here. I'm gonna run around, and then jetpack over back to this position.
yeah, I can imagine it leaves you quite vulnerable while you're jetpacking to just get shot out the air.
Yeah, because it's not a teleport.
Yeah, so I imagine also though that it probably doesn't have the same disadvantage as Loba's, where she's just stuck putting her bracelet on for a bit. So I hope
Yeah.
there's not too much of a recovery time from that ability if you're also exposed during the movement.
Yeah. Her passive is pretty interesting, though it only works with like mid to long range scopes. She's like, again, she's a full sniper. I couldn't read the text. It was very long and blurry, but it looks like the idea is you get info on the opponent, like what their shield levels might be at and stuff.
Okay.
Ultimate is you fix a laser sight to your weapon, and then when you hit an enemy, they are marked and they take extra damage from you and your team.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, you back to liking me. You forgive me. Oh, buddy.
They don't
Yeah,
stay
so she
mad
looks-
for long.
Yeah, she looks decent as a sniper, but you know, that's not the life I play. I like it, but the problem I have with trying to play a sniper in Apex is a lot of the times your team rushes forward and you're trying to stay back there sniping, and it's like, hey, where were you? I'm like, I was providing cover fire like my character's supposed to be, and it's like, well, we were up front and we went down.
That bat is super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Echo.
Oh, she can zoom in without the need for a scope while she's unarmed.
Oh, really? So it's sort of like how Seer can, like, even when not using a weapon, can.
Okay, so yeah, she doesn't have a laser sight. She has her own sniper rifle. That's the ultimate, is that she pulls out her own sniper rifle. It does 50 damage, but it does 100 to marked targets. Also, yeah, applying the mark. Fair enough.
Ooh. The body shields of the enemy team will be displayed. Will also let the players determine if the enemy has a full squad of 3 or if they've lost a member or 2.
Okay, so you can put Echo out, like, at any time, but it's when you jump that the cooldown starts. So yeah, they can be placed kind of like the drone, and then you just jump to them. But anyway, it's D&D time. So, you all are resting for the night. Do we have watches?
Yes.
In the usual Felbreck Rivet crib.
I'm good with that. Alright, so yeah, I think that's the usual. So, Obrek, Rivet. Rip.
Okay. Alright, I need the, first perception roll for the night. Well, alright. Having a bit of an advantage over the nearby river and plains, you look out across, there's the cliff, like, behind you, that you don't hear anything up there, but it's a reasonably decent view, just, not much in the way of coverage, so you're able to quite easily keep an eye out. The skies are still a bit cloudy, but you can see some stars breaking through it at patches. Nothing seems to happen.
Wake up Rivet. Slow night so far.
Ow!
Alright.
Yeah, gets up and just is ready for her.
Alright, make me a perception check,
Guide
please.
yourself.
Yeah.
And she will also ask the automata to watch separately. And nope. This and there we go. Me and Draki, same brain.
Blix doing big brain stuff. What do you see, Blix? Bird.
Oh. What was that?
That was the cat knocking things over. You know, being a cat.
So yeah, same. It seems to be quite a quiet night. Blix kind of doesn't seem alerted, but they kind of wander off. And yeah, it's mostly quite a quiet night until suddenly you just hear this loud, just crunch.
Rivet jumps up and looks in the direction of the noise. Crossbow in hand.
Crunch.
She tells Draki to remain behind as she holds up her crossbow and just slowly advances. She tries to look into the dark to see if there's anything there.
You gaze further on, and you see the shine of metal as
Blix, what are you eating?
Blix freezes. And then darts. And you see, like, dirt kick up as they're dragging something that apparently they found in the dirt with their amazing perception check.
Blix, come here. Ah, God damn it. I'm not...
They eventually they'll come back over, dragging what appears to be a turnip. And there's 2 big bite marks in it.
Rivet just stares. And then she sits back down.
Yeah,
While you're staring at Blix just opens their mouth and just keeping eye contact, just slowly crunch on the turf. You're not sure why, but Blix just seems to enjoy crunching things, even if there's no benefit.
Just
See your frustration, Blix comes over and, like, lifts the turnip, puts it in your lap. Just looks at you.
Thank you for the turnip. And no, I'm not hungry. Thank you, though.
Blix looks at it, then just kind of looks at one side, looks at it, realizes now that they've given you the turnip, and just kind of sits down. Like, well, I can't go and snatch it back. Like, not yet. Like, like
I'm gonna take my watch and I'm gonna see Blix stealing a turnip.
alright, yeah, that's it. So get to Crib's watch.
As Rivet's going to bed, she says, if you hear a crunching in the woods, it's probably Blix eating a turnip again.
no further context, just goes to bed.
Crib is just watches Rivet as she goes to bed, like, okay. Alright. He will sit down and he'll look around for Blix first, just like, okay, let me get eyes on this little sneaky little Blix.
This sneaky little guy. What did you do with the turnip when you went to bed?
Oh, when Rivet saw that Blix wasn't immediately taking it back, she just palmed it, and she had it, in fact, in her hand, walking to. She had her crossbow in one hand, her shield on her arm, and in her hand a turnip.
You see Blix kind of like padding along behind Rivet.
Okay. Oh. Going
Not,
into the
not sure
tent,
if you
that's
would have
fine.
noticed because it was behind her shield. So
Blix seems to be
All
being
right.
good and and
Going
just
to
speaking
bed.
with Rivet. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Kriv will nod, sit down by the fire, and keep watch, telling Solda to keep an eye out as well. So Solda does not have dark vision because is horse.
Disadvantage then.
Now let's start with Solda. Wow, double twos for Solda for a 3. Good thing that he went first. Yeah. I don't have dark vision either, but I have magic brooch and firelight. I don't know if that'll help me.
Not beyond the
Cool. So
light vision.
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Because everything that's lit up
Come
you can
on.
just see. Like,
I need cantrips. Alright, Watcher gonna watch. Hey, double 8s. For a 10.
10, yeah, much the same as the other two. It's a reasonable enough view here. There's a lot of open space. Not many places for people to hide out. And yeah. It passes without much going on.
Cool. Sort of like is twisting the now dead wish ring on his finger, just sort of as he keeps watch, just twisting it.
Okay.
And when the time comes, he will do his morning prayer and wake everyone for the day.
Alrighty.
Is there crunching in the night? I suppose I should ask.
Not enough to wake, but when like Rivet starts to stir, you hear this rather quiet little sort of like like this, like as crunching at the turnip, but just with the single tooth, not the full jaw, just to quietly crunch. And it's like
Yeah.
they're looking at you, making sure you don't wake up. Just being like,
I want to let go of my pants. Hey, yeah, yo.
I thought you were talking to Blix.
I mean,
had
I
a
wouldn't
moment
put,
there.
I wouldn't put it past Blix to grab my pants.
so yeah, there's
Just wait. You wake up after watch one more, like watch happens, you turn over, Blix just has my shorts.
So yeah, the turnip is a bit smaller than when you went to bed, and there are just practically like turnip shavings on the floor, but not like a wide shaving, just that single tooth. So like when you, I guess if you, I've seen those.
I know what you're talking
don't
about.
think they're hash browns, but they're similar to hash browns, and like cheese grater shredded size, just strings of turnip. And then when you wake up, they kind of stop. And then they just kind of like slowly open their mouth and let go of the turnip. and then just kind of settle down next to it, pretending they didn't do anything.
You are
Just
the
then
reason
give up.
I'm going to have to learn how to cast Prestidigitation.
They tilt their head.
Ah,
I cast command.
It has no effect. Blick becomes ungovernable. Alright, anything people want to say, talk about, do, before we get moving?
Some to help with breakfast.
what was that, Topper?
Search for like turnips, carrots, wild foods for breakfast.
Not a bad idea.
How do you know about the turnip?
Who are you who are so wise in the ways of the turnip?
It's like Blick's just is using them as like chew toys, and everyone knows when a pet has a chew toy, their favorite part is when they break it.
Oh, yes.
Like if there's a squeaker in a toy, they will try and kill it. Anyway, breakfast is always welcome. And little Sybil wakes up and she's just they go and get out the tent and they look around and they head over to is Sarah awake at this point?
Yeah. Sure, why not?
Yeah. And they kind of go and they knock on like one of the supports of the tent because excuse me, Mr. Ah?
Hmm. What?
Would you happen to have a brush? Your hair is always so nice. You look like you would have a brush that maybe I could borrow.
I don't, sorry.
Okay. Oh. Thank you, though.
Mm.
Hey, here's a question.
They
Rivet produce any tool they want from their tool belt. Thinks she can produce a comb.
Are you proficient in hairdresser's tools?
the grooming kit, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she heads over to Rivet and she's Miss Rivet. Would you happen to have a brush? My hair my hair is kind of tangled and
Rivet throws open her bag and just starts rubbing around in it.
You're an artificer. You could probably make one.
She takes a minute.
I do not right now.
okay.
Give me just a bit.
Oh, what?
TM. Using the right tool for the job, would I be able to, in theory, produce a hairbrush? I can make
Farmer's
any.
supplies?
I can, with thieves' tools or artisans' tools in hand, I can magically create one set of artisans' tools in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of me. In theory.
Don't you have to be proficient with that one, or is that's the belt? Isn't
Not
it?
with the
That's
right tool with the job.
Yeah.
The belt I have to be proficient in, because that can make multiple of in a time. I can only make one of these per long rest,
All right.
but I don't use it very often.
You managed to
Are
make
you
it.
proficient with wood carver's tools? You could potentially just wood carve and make a brush.
You
Yeah, but I don't have the materials to make a brush, I don't think.
you produce
is
a
there-
grooming kit.
Sure.
Hold on. I
It's not really one. I was looking.
Oh, okay. I thought there was. Maybe that's just a different item, not an artisan's tools.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even find brush listed in the player's handbook.
It's probably considered a trinket.
Probably. In which case, prestidigitation can make it. You can make a small
That's
trinket
true.
that fits. I used it in a game as a sorcerer to make hand mirrors because there were these invisible enemies that could only be viewed through a mirror. So I made compact mirrors for the party to carry around using prestidigitation.
Okay. So, yeah, actually, yeah, no, you can't make one. I thought, yeah, there's no barbers or grooming kit.
But if,
Uh,
yeah, wood carvers, and then I imagine there's trees or something around.
I mean,
It's
the problem won't be getting wood, it's getting brushes for the brush.
It's fine. I can wait till I get home.
You might be able to ask Sierra if she could use her prestidigitation magic to create one. That
Oh, that only lasts till the end of the round.
it won't last long yet.
It's
Really?
okay.
Yeah, the trinket part of prestidigitation only lasts around.
I swear it lasted longer.
If you can do with the
non-magical
comb, I can make
trinket.
one, but
Or an illusory image that can fit in your hand and lasts until the end of your next turn.
wow, that's sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess that's why the conjurer wizard has basically a better version of that.
yeah. It's
I,
Plus the digitation.
it's okay. Thank you. It's okay.
Rivet's already begun working.
She just goes.
It's
and sits
okay,
by
I
the
need something
fire.
to do with myself.
Huh? Oh.
It's okay, don't worry, I need something to do with my hands anyway.
She's like produced a stick out of nowhere, some you know what? The more I think about describing this, the more sus this sentence becomes, so I'm not gonna describe this any further.
Okay. Well then. The morning is had. And
We can just quiet craft your comb with wood carver's tools. Screw it.
alrighty.
Goddamn.
Alright, so the rest of the morning I believe is just kinda normal, packing up camp, and you make a
Yeah.
move on.
Onwards. And yeah. Crim's not driving because he sucks at it. I think my next character is going to be a ranger if I play it. Can't get
Sierra,
lost.
with advantage, probably guide.
So yeah, Sarah would end up driving again.
We'll take a second
With
to
advantage?
adjust the mirror again.
Or
Right, the mirror.
With
the
advantage, yeah.
compass, yeah,
19.
that's the one.
with a D4.
Nice. 22. Yeah, you continue down the path and, with, Sybil kind of pointing it out, you travel towards the river and you can start to see this small building, this watermill. And yeah, there's a decent enough path heading up to it. You imagine that, of course, people probably come and go, picking up produce or dropping off stuff that needs milled. And yeah, you see kind of a well-kept, not garden so much, but they kind of like take care of the nearby trees near the building. There's a couple of hanging baskets outside the front that have flowers in them that are looking okay. Can you imagine that? They're pretty well taken care of, but maybe not watered as much while she was away. While Sybil was indisposed, I'll say. And so I'm actually going to bring you over to the mill. Let me just move you all a block just so then your vision should pop into place. What's the daylight strength at the moment? Yeah, full daylight mode. Good. Yeah, because by just gone midday, you make it here. Sybil, like, as you get closer, she kind of getting super excited, and you make it to about here, and she just jumps off the cart and just goes running towards the house. And she's like, Mama, I'm back. And you see her dig out this wait, she kind of like pats herself down a bit. She's like, there it is. And she pulls out this key and unlocks the door. Thankfully that wasn't in her bag.
Might be the new token, but I got no vision.
It's probably the new token. Be there. There we go. Token. Bop, bop. 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 Move it a block. There you go. Should be good.
There was light.
There was light. So yes, you have find this quaint
And the gods said,
And lo, I shall make it rain. And gold falls from the sky. You'll take D6 bludgeoning damage. But yeah, she opens the door and she runs inside. You hear another door fling open. Inside, you see it's a well-constructed stone building. Actually, like given the fact that it's a working building, it's got some very solid craftsmanship to make sure it lasts. Stone walls, stone floor, proper wooden like door frames, window frames. Like actually proper glass windows as well. And a decent wooden roof on it, not thatch, but like a proper wood roof. Inside you see what you see. You see a quaint little kitchen dining area. What appear to be oil burning lanterns on the wall, a stove in the corner, kitchenette in the other corner. You see it all. And the home is rather well kept.
Guy's just trying to squeeze through the door with his shell. Not trying to bust any of it.
Yeah. Lots of fresh vegetables mostly, and you see what appears to be slices of some form of cured meat or on one another on the plate nearby. With you imagine there was probably more at one point, and it's been picked at, as it were. You see a closed door to your side and an open door ahead of you. These hanging baskets have these nice they look more like